Welcome to this episode of Marc Reads Books. Today we're going to read Peppa Pig, George's Friend. If you're enjoying these videos, then please do subscribe. Peppa and her friends are having lots of fun at the playground today. Whee! Ha ha! Peppa is on the roundabout with Suzy Sheep and Danny Dog. George is playing in the sand pit with Mummy Pig. Squeak, squeak. Rebecca Rabbit and her little brother Richard Rabbit arrive. Richard has brought his toy dinosaur. Hello everyone, says Rebecca. Please, can I play in the roundabout too? Hop on, Rebecca, says Daddy Pig. Let's go really, really fast, says Rebecca. Richard wants to go in the roundabout with his big sister. Peppa sighs. If Richard gets on, it means we can't go fast. Richard, perhaps you'd like to play with George instead, says Mummy Rabbit. No, says Richard. George has a dinosaur just like yours, says Mummy Rabbit. Let's go and see. Richard is the same age as George, and they both love dinosaurs. Richard wanted to see George's dinosaur, says Mummy Rabbit. Hee hee, hee hee, grr, dinosaur, roars George. George and Richard both giggle. George, can Richard play with your dinosaur? Asks Mummy Pig. No, says George. Richard, can George play with your dinosaur? Asks Mummy Rabbit. No, says Richard. Richard and George do not want to share their dinosaurs. Mummy Rabbit gives both dinosaurs to George. George laughs and Richard starts crying. Then Mummy Pig gives both dinosaurs to Richard. Richard laughs and George starts to cry. George and Richard always cry when they play together, says Peppa. Can you two big girls teach them how to play together? Asks Mummy Rabbit. Hee hee. Peppa and Rebecca take George and Richard to the sand pit. The girls show their brothers how to make sandcastles. George uses his spade to squash Richard's sandcastle. Richard cries. Richard uses his spade to squash George's sandcastle. George cries. This game has not gone very well. George, what's your favourite thing in the whole playground? Asks Mummy Pig. Seesaw, shouts George. George sits on one end of the seesaw, but it needs someone on the other end. Richard wants to play on the seesaw too. Mummy Rabbit lifts Richard onto the seesaw. George and Richard go up and down on the seesaw. George and Richard are playing together, cheers Peppa. George likes Richard, Richard likes George, George and Richard like playing together. Thank you for watching this episode. See you in the next one.